What's up? It is currently 6:45 in the morning and we are on the way to the Y to work out. I think today's going to be a good day. So today after Christmas, cannot complain about anything. Things are always great. Give God the glory as we should. And I pray that everybody had a great time. I had a great time. Cannot complain. It's always good when you can hang out with family and friends. I mean, regardless of what you got going on in life, just the ability to enjoy yourself is something that's so important. And so even when things are going on, you just got to be able to find that perfect balance in between, the negative and positive in life. And I feel like days like holidays are just such good times to enjoy, just enjoy yourself. Just remembering the importance of the holiday, though. For me, yesterday was just remembering that God was the most important part of it all. And that's something I finally learned the year before, my senior year of high school, which is the importance of God in my life, and especially in situations where He is the ultimate glory. And turning every day into Christmas, honestly. So I feel like my whole life, everybody says that Christmas is Jesus' birthday. But I feel like we focus more on giving each other gifts, and we focus more on all the aspects that have to do with us than we do Him, that's man for you, you know what I'm saying? But I cannot complain about anything. I'm ready to get this lift in, to be for real. Because I didn't get the lift yesterday because, of course, the Y was closed because of Christmas. And then I couldn't get my lift in the other day because I was going Friday and Thursday for a trip I took with my family. So I'm just ready to get this lift in and get ready. Because we got next season coming up for football. And I cannot miss out on, getting better and better every day. That's how life is. But we'll see y'all then.
Sometimes it's hard to let go in this life, and I hope that I will.
Introducing
James Alfred Berry
the third.
It seems to get so much harder,
JP.
Told myself I didn't care, it made me kiss some more. Staring at the ceiling, things to do, but I'ma stare some more. Wondering what I gotta do, they keep saying let it go. Sometimes it be hard to let go, the only thing you know. Some relationships last forever, but sometimes people that you thought would be forever only sometimes mean what they saying about forever. Cause sometimes people just be saying anything, yeah, sometimes I don't even know how to feel. Cause sometimes I wanna act so cold-hearted, but sometimes the memories start flying back. Yeah, sometimes the tears that I've been fighting better start sometimes.
So we just left the gym. That was my boy Jay, by the way. I kind of forgot to say he was gonna be there. Me in a protein bar right now, so I'm a little bit like dry mouth right now, so that's on me. But no, I just want to say, I don't know about y'all, but I'm very bad when it comes to keeping order, being organized. I'm really bad at it, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm very bad at setting schedules and times because I'm somebody that likes to do stuff on the fly, just vibe and figure out what I want to do. So kind of like my videos, you're gonna find out, I'm really just gonna do whatever and just see how the day goes. I'm not really gonna plan nothing. The only thing I really got planned is to talk about a certain amount of verses, or just talk about a verse of the day, or just speak on some type of subject that may be on my mind. And really, I don't really have much on my mind right now. But what I do have on my mind, something I thought about last night before I went to bed. I was up last night. I was supposed to go to bed 10:30. I was up to 1. You know what I'm saying? I've never been good at going to bed on time. Man, as a kid, my bedtime was 9 o'clock. And the second I got a phone, it was 12. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I was thinking about is just understanding the fact that every single one of us, regardless of how big of a platform you have or how little of a platform, God has given us a platform. Somewhere where we can spread His word, somewhere where we can make an impact. And I was thinking a lot of times, there are certain areas of life where your platform may not be the platform you're supposed to have. There's obviously certain aspects and certain things that we're not supposed to do. There's a lot of artists right now who promote some of the most wicked, vain things in the world, and that's not what we're called to do, obviously. But there's other artists who can use their amazing talent and voices to spread the gospel. I think that what's important is for us to understand that no matter how big, how small your platform may be, whether you're the president or whether you're the citizen, whether you're the pastor or whether you're the person sitting out in the pews, understand that you have an impact and that we have a role, The pastor, not everybody can be a pastor, because if everybody was a pastor, then there'd be nobody sitting in pews. And not everybody can be in the pews, because everybody was in the pews, or as a church member, we'd have nobody to teach the word. So understand, everybody has a role to play, but at the end of the day, we all have a divine, God-given role to play. You know what I'm saying? And I was thinking about this the other day. At the end of the day, God has sent everybody regardless of how big or how small your role may be, God has given everybody the distinct and very just as a Christian, the responsibility to spread the word, the responsibility to follow Christ. You know what I'm saying? No matter how big or small you are, that's all our responsibility. And because of that, I mean, we have to follow that. So even if you're sitting in the pew, your sole purpose shouldn't just say, I read the Bible today, I went to church. That's not all. We have more to do outside of church. The pastor can't say just, I went and spread the word with the people sitting out there in the pews. That's not the only responsibility we have. We have the responsibility to spread the word with all people, not just all the people around us, but all people. Understand that. So we got to do our best to make sure we live in lives that spread the word. And we all have big goals and dreams and aspirations. I have so many goals and dreams. But no matter what I do in life, my sole purpose is that when I get my platform, I'm making sure that God, my goodness, they're getting me. I'm making sure that God is on center stage. You understand what I'm saying? If I was famous as can be, it ain't about me, it's about God. I'm talking about him every time I get a chance. You know what I'm saying? So I shout out to Demario. What's his name? Man, Demario Davis, that's his name. Linebacker who played for the Saints. Talking about God whenever you talking about God, it's a big deal, man. Get you a platform and make something out of it that ain't just about you. When you glorify yourself, you will be humble. Do not just glorify yourself. All these rappers understand, they may look good now. When we die, we are done. And yeah, man. On the way to take this shower and then get ready, I gotta go meet with my one of my older cousins. Gotta go meet with them about some don't really know yet. Probably some business stuff. We gonna figure it out though. But go meet one of my older cousins. It's good to talk to people, talk to family, especially regardless of what the reasons are. But pray everybody has a great day. I don't really know what I want to do with YouTube. Don't really know what I want to do with TikTok. I make music. Man, here's my thing, right? I thought about this last night. Pretty mediocre at everything I do. I thought about it. I'm pretty mediocre. Not bad at anything. I'm not exceptionally great to the extent of being the best at anything. But I'm definitely mediocre. I'm good enough. But I want to make sure that all I'm doing, I want to work until I am the best at it all. Because I think the better I am, the more I can service God's kingdom. So taking music for real again. I used to love it, took it so for real. But at some point, got down on myself, stopped doing it because it just wasn't good. I can admit that. I stopped, but I'm back to make music because I want to see if I have a chance to get a platform. You know what I'm saying? To give God the glory. And plus, I just enjoy making music because, I mean, get stuff off your heart. You can talk the deepest things. Me and my friend Jay made a song. But me and him just talking to me. There's so much on the heart of us believers nowadays, and I think we have to be able to express ourselves in ways that are good. Because sometimes people hold things in and things come out the wrong way. And I want to make sure the way I'm expressing stuff in life is one that makes an impact, especially for God's kingdom. Honestly, but I just want everybody know I love y'all, man. Like, this dead serious. Because I think everybody needs to know that this world is one that was given to us as a blessing, and we need to take that. I don't know whether I said it was gonna be a quick shower, a long shower, but definitely was a little longer than it was supposed to be. We're a little bit late, but we gonna make it on time though. Yeah, we in fact did not make it on time. It's cool though, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you get a little late. That's how life is, you know what I'm saying? That's been my life for a minute. I mean, ask my teachers in class. I don't let them make it on time. That ain't good though. Make it to class on time. If you in school, make it to class on time. All right, get to class. Don't be like me. It ain't good. And get your work done. Be like me and get your work done. That's one thing you can take from me. Now here's the problem. Get it on time. Again, I'm not on time, but you gotta be on time because we gotta be on time. You feel me? I didn't know I'm here to talk about. You like the cost? Yeah. I'm thinking, all right, here's one thing, bro. I told you, I got no idea what I'm gonna talk about. We gonna talk. How do y'all feel about tattoos? All right, so, all my parents didn't like earrings growing up. They hate them. Obviously, I have earrings now, but they hated them. I ended up convincing my mama. Didn't exactly talk to my dad about it. Probably should have, but I got it. Anyways, I got my ears pierced. I was happy. My dad, he doesn't hate him anymore. They know that he's cool with him. My grandma loves him. I remember she told me a couple years ago. She was like, "Don't get your ears pierced, baby." Now she love it. Now look, come on, look at it. It's how it works. You feel what I'm saying? But my mom likes it. It's just how it is. My friends got their ears pierced. Everyone but Jay. Jay, he thinking about it. One thing Jay say he not gonna do is get a tat. And here's my question. Tats are like. Too many tattoos, I'm not messing with them, but maybe one or two. How do y'all feel about tats? I know a lot of people have questions about are tattoos good. I wonder what y'all think about them, because I'm thinking about getting maybe one or two, and then I'll be done after that. I don't want too many, but how do y'all feel about tattoos, and how do you think God feels about tattoos? How do you feel like the Bible speaks about tattoos? And for anybody who doesn't have faith in anything like that, give your understanding too. This is for everybody. All this is for everybody. But obviously this is Christian platform. You know what I'm saying? I'd love for you to be one too. Understand that Jesus loves you and that he is more than willing to forgive if you are more than willing to repent. And to repent means to turn around and change your ways. I know that really just straight off, just know that, but that came from my heart there. But to repent means to turn around and abstain from that which you had once partaken in, to turn away and to refine God. But either way, back to the tattoo. How do y'all feel about it? Because I'm thinking like, hey, what if I got like a cross back here? You know what I'm saying? Like that, it would be cool. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I'm getting, though, it's gonna be by God. Number one, my first tat. I promised myself this years ago. If I get my first tat, gonna be by God before it's by anything else. But let me know, man. If y'all got tats, tell me what type of tat you got, why you got a tat, the meaning behind it. If you get a tattoo though, can we agree? It gotta have meaning. I ain't finna get no tattoo of an Avenger symbol on my arm. All right? If you got one, I ain't saying that. I'm just saying though, I'm not finna get a big old Avenger shield on my arm when I ain't no Avenger. That don't even make no sense. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, if you got one, it's cool. Just tell me why. But you know, since this is my first video, I kind of want to get into what kind of inspired me to start making these videos. So I've always been a believer in Christ growing up. Especially, you know, my dad being a minister as a child. When I was a child, my dad was a minister. I grew into the age of 9. And around that time, around the age of 11, we changed churches at the age of 9. I grew up in an AME church, which is an African Methodist Episcopal. I remember that. I forgot all about it. Then I ended up at a Baptist church, and when I turned 9 years old, we went to a Baptist church. A couple years later, the pastor, a great pastor, his name was Pastor Goodwin, a fantastic pastor, ended up leaving, and we ended up having a new pastor, and we had to find one. It ended up being my father, which was really cool. I ain't gonna lie though, we had to vote. Oh shoot, hold up, ambulance coming by, gotta slow down, come to the right. Y'all don't never know, y'all gotta slow down a little bit, let them. And they go, I keep moving, know what I'm saying though? We had to make a vote on who he wanted to be pastor. I ain't gonna lie, I voted, and I voted against my dad. Now, you might be wondering, who will vote against their father? That's a good question. I don't know. Me. But only reason I did it is I knew if I did, I grew up 50 minutes away from my church. I was like, dang, I'm gonna have to wake up early to get to church. Little did I know I was gonna end up getting at the same time as I did beforehand, and it was kind of dumb of me to think that, but I was like, I ain't trying to wake up early. So that was my reason. Now, of course, growing up and getting older, like not joking, I would obviously vote for my father because it just makes sense. And along with it, he's a great pastor. But I think that was just my mindset as a kid. But so I've always been a Christian. In my head, I have 2 types of Christians. There's many types of Christians, but I have lukewarm Christians. I got people, let's say 3 people who proclaim to be Christians who are not Christians. They just say the title because they they grew up in the church. That's somebody. Then there's real Christians. Let me not say real Christians. Let's say developed Christians, or those that have truly taken those who take it for real. I hate saying it like that, but those who are working to grow into their calling, those who are looking to find God. That's what I really say. Those who are searching daily to find God, or just spending time or trying to be better. Those type of Christians. Let me say this, y'all. No matter where you at, we are all on different stages at different points. Don't you ever get down on yourself, and don't think I'm gonna get down on you about it, because we're all growing. Even myself, I'm still growing. Making these videos, I'm not, unless I know for a fact, I'm never gonna make nothing a statement if it's not said in a word, if it's not promised, if it's not factual, unless I know. Because I mean, we're all growing, man. I mean, there's so much. My views of just my faith have changed so differently, have grown so differently over the time, and so I can't give you nothing just straight up if I don't know it to be true. But I'll tell you one thing that is true: Jesus is the only way, he's the only truth, and he is the only light. That's the truth. There's other false lights though, and many of us fall for the false lights, but let's look to Jesus at first over everything else. That's one thing I say now. But let's continue my journey. I ended up getting really into the faith over quarantine. It happened all out of a sudden too, because it was always an aspect of my life. I downplay it sometimes and say, I mean, I was never really a real Christian. It definitely was a part of my life. I can recall many times praying. I always prayed before I went to bed, even when I wasn't a strong Christian. I always did that. I cared. I get into the word every now and then. I was just more into the world though than I was into God. But I never denied my faith. I never didn't believe. But there was one point in life. This is how I know I began to grow. Girls used to ask me back in like 6th grade when I first started getting into hanging, messing with girls and loving girls and stuff like this. I always did as a kid, but when I got older, it just got bad, man. I mean, I stopped focusing on school. I was too worried about like, man, who my next girlfriend be? You know what I'm saying? That's how life was. Ain't supposed to be like that, but that's how it was. You feel me? And so 6th grade, girls be like, "Oh, your dad's a pastor. You're a pastor's kid." And I'll be like, "I mean, yeah, but I mean, I'm not really into it like that." Because I mean, like, I was ashamed. And at the same time, I didn't know if they'd accept me or mess with me the same if they knew. Because I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes into being a Christian, man. I mean, there's so much I had to throw away that I was living a very sinful life. Even when I finally accepted my faith in 11th grade, when I really came into it, I stopped cussing in the 10th grade, which was a very big deal for me. My close friend group would tell you I probably am the reason some of them started. God, I hope God forgave. I know He forgave me about it, but I hope they forgive me about it, because I know I hate being the reason some people sin. Of course, you can't blame yourself, but at the same time, I know I introduced it and made it worse for some people. But I used to cuss like a sailor, man. More than a sailor, honestly. I was the captain. I was cussing. It was bad, but we doing better now. We don't do it no more. But the biggest thing for me was overcoming lust, and I can't say I've 100% overcome it. Because there's always going to be aspects of lust that you fall into, whether it's by the eyes or by what you say jokingly. Because my biggest problem, man, is I joke too much. I also ramble a lot, but I joke too much. And I'm working on it. But I like making jokes. I like making people laugh. And a big part of that is sometimes I can go a little bit overboard with some stuff I say. And you're not supposed to joke of sin. I'll let y'all know that now. If you joke of sin, just know we need to do better with that. And that's what we can work on. We can work on it together though. So that's one thing. We're going day by day. I want you to see my progression. And in the comments, I want to see your progression too. And when I say day by day, I don't know how many, man, this might have 10 views and then like a year later I might have 100,000 or something different. That's kind of the hope. I don't care how many views this one get. If I reach one person with this video, just one person with it, that'll make me happy. That's all it's about. It's about reaching somebody. Because again, like I said, whether your platform is 1 million people or your platform's 10, you have a platform. Use that thing, man. Use it. But yeah, so I just decided one day, I injured my knee, heading into my senior season. And I was like, dang, bro, I can't do this no more, bro. So I need security. Cause I was like, dude, before that I thought I was the man. I mean, we had this 707. I thought I was the man. I was coming into who I was as a player. I felt like I was the best thing out there. I said this year gonna be my year, and it looked like it could have been. But then I got hurt and things just didn't go right. No, I was always a great player. Things were good. I was a good player. I was very bad at one point in life. Very, very bad at sports. Oh my goodness. Football. Basketball I was hooping. I don't get confused. Football, no, it's bad. But that's something I had to grow into. Man. So I was just like, dang, getting better. I was like, dude, this was finally my time to shine, bro. Because I lost a starting job the year before my 11th grade season, and now as a senior, I'm coming in like, dang, it's finally time. And it was cut short because it ended. But then I finally returned to football. At some point, things getting up pretty decent. Not what it could have been, but it ended up all right. But it's not even about that right now. It's just about the fact that made me realize that football is cool, but it's so temporary. You can get hurt so quick out of nowhere. Freak accident type stuff, things can happen. I remember I was good the whole day of 7-on-7, had a great day. All of a sudden, the last play of the whole 7-on-7, you want to tell me my kneecap, let's call it displaces, but forget the word, dislocation of my kneecap. That's what happened. And I remember that just sitting there on the ground. And that's the first time. Around that time, I started getting back into God because I had some stuff going previous with a previous relationship, and I was like, it's a girl I've been messing with, and things didn't go well. I got far from God, kind of messing with them. It's not their fault. It's on me because I dedicated more time to them. And I told myself, I said, nah, man, I'm going to lock in. So I started coming back to God previous to this, but it wasn't in full flow. It was just halfway. So I already had an understanding of the Lord. So I told myself, I said, all right, man, we're going to focus, Alex. We're going to get better. I said, we may not be able to run. We may not be able to squat. We're going to get bigger and better one way or another. My body is so disproportionate right now because of that. And I just want to, thank God I got close with God. But my goodness, Alex, what were you doing? I'm going to tell you, when I came back, my legs were shrimping. and the upper body was just so much bigger. I mean, they started calling me upper body, man. I hated that junk. I mean, I was upper body before that, but afterwards it was bad. But that's what I did. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, I started focusing. And so I started finding God in a deeper way, a more important way, one that was not just not just me knowing of him, but me knowing him and growing into building a relationship is what I had finally started to do. And I started growing my relationship with the Lord, thank God, in my senior year, which was absolutely wonderful and something I really needed. And I think that my life has not been any different since. It's been beautiful. I would never change a thing. I ended up getting into a relationship beginning my senior year. I had one through my whole senior year, and I think that very much helped me because I felt like I had to build a responsibility of having somebody else in my life. And I said, I don't want this just to be a relationship with just me and God and this person, but I want this to be me, God, and this person all as one. And that relationship was a good relationship for the time it was. But even in that, while we had some great aspects with Christ, it wasn't what it was all called to be. Because, I mean, there were moments where we would do things that were not in Christ. And that's something I really reflected on. And I was very upset because I think my best moments with that person was when we were following guidelines of Christ. But let's start cutting this short. This is getting long, man. But cutting it short, during that time and that relationship and all that stuff, I really grew into God, and that relationship ended up ending, and I went to a place where I was just like, bro, I mean, I lost myself that day, and I made some bad decisions, and it showed me, I said, God, I invested my all into this person, and because I invested my all, when they left, I felt like I had nothing, and this is nothing on nobody else but on me, and I realized, I said, God, I devastated myself because I departed from you. And even though I held you in my heart, you were not my first. You were not my number one. You were not my first love. And I cannot operate in a life where you were not my reliance. I relied on that person to the point when they left, I was no longer me. And so I realized, God, if I'm not me when I'm by myself, when I'm not me when it's just me and you, then who am I? I said, you are supposed to be my rock and my foundation because you're never going to leave me, God. And I said, if no matter who comes in and out of my life, no matter what my life's going on, no matter what I have to give up, no matter what situations in life I might have to give up, if all that stuff leaves me and I'm still not me, then who am I? Because my worth, my being, my everything is only based off who the Lord is and my relationship with God. And I had to learn that. So after that, I said, God, I'm going to focus on you. So I focused all summer. Things could have been better. I still could have been better. I ended up still getting distracted with stuff, but I still tried. But lately, I've decided to fully just give myself to the Lord again, just in depth, and just devote myself in all things. Let go of people and just not let go of people like and just drop people. More so just make sure that God is my number one and pull back that I can do my due diligence in the faith. And so I'm here. And I've been watching people like Young Don for a while. Young Don I'm on the same page with a lot of his beliefs now, but even in not agreeing with everything, back when we were on the same page, he very much got me into the faith and really pushing myself to be better as a man of God. That was one big thing. That one thing about Don, I'll tell you this right now, that is a man. Like, there's no, you want to talk about a man of God, that is a man right there. That is what we are called to be. He can be a little bit hard on some things that I'm a little bit less like more standoffish about, but when it just comes to being a man of God, he's a man. And that's I respect that more than anything, because in this community, in this world, we need more men. We need more people who are going to stand up and take the role and stand on it strong. But he does that, and I respect him for that big time. And that's something he's inspired me to keep working on and doing myself. Then there's people like Jadeon, who I remember being in the world, man. Back when I was in the world, man, I was on his YouTube videos like crazy. Talk about it, man. I stayed on his videos even after I got out the world, just because I enjoyed his content. But him coming to God is a big deal. That is a blessing. Watching Tony Evans, his sermons have been a blessing to me. All these things have inspired me to finally reach out and make an impact. And lately I've been watching somebody called Devotions with the Marcus. Now, talk about a nut. That boy is funny, but he made good content. And just finding other Christian content people who has been very inspiring to me and made me want to make an impact as well. So that's why I'm here and why I'm doing this. But I call for all you just to find a place for you to grow. begin to grow in the faith. Look for places to grow. Make sure you're consuming things that help you grow. Number one, consume the word. The word is the best thing you can ever consume. When I was in my word, the deepest I ever been in it, man, my knowledge was I felt so full. I felt like I was fulfilled by his word. And that's what we're supposed to be, fulfilled by the word. We are not filled by we're supposed to be sober-minded. We're not filled by the ways of the world, but by the Lord. And that's how it's supposed to be. And so I call you all, please just meet God. And I'm about to get off on this exit, man, but y'all boys be safe, man. Don't y'all be speeding out here when it's raining. Y'all, man, ain't nobody trying to see nobody hydroplane, man. Alright, can we talk about what does it mean to hydroplane? Does it mean water on like the plane of Earth or like a flying like water machine? What is that?
I was at the park bench sitting alone. I swear the girl I once loved is now a clone.
Some relationships last forever, but sometimes people that you thought would be forever only sometimes mean what they saying about forever. Cause sometimes people just be saying anything, yeah, sometimes